It already was one of the most overcrowded prisons in Colombia. Now it has become one of the main hotspots of coronavirus contagion. More than 700 inmates and guards have so far tested positive, or more than 30% of the prison population. This detainee says he tested negative to the virus, but remains held with the sick.
There is no place here to isolate the negative from the positive.
Worried relatives outside the detention center say they fear the worst.
My son tells me that it is very bad inside, that there are infected people on top of one another. There are no priorities for cleanliness or sleeping quarters. It's a very bad situation.
Representatives of the prison staff say there's little that can be done at this point.
Considering the reduced space in the building and the overcrowding, it's been impossible to establish the sort of isolation zones required by the Secretary of Health in these cases. And this obviously has made the virus easier to spread.
Officials now fear the outbreak could expand to the rest of the city of Villavicencio in Colombia's plains and are disinfecting surrounding neighborhoods. Fears of contagion have led to riots in past weeks in other prisons in Colombia, Venezuela and Peru, leaving dozens dead. The United Nations High Commissioner for Human Rights says the unsanitary conditions in prisons across the region are of grave concern.
Conditions in many prisons in the Americas region are deeply worrying. Pre-existing structural problems such as chronic overcrowding and unhygienic conditions, coupled with a lack of proper access to healthcare, have enabled the rapid spread of COVID-19 in many facilities across the continent.
In April, Colombia's government had announced it would put at least 4,000 low-risk inmates under house arrest to try and reduce the spread of infection. 3 weeks later, only 328 have been moved as conditions continue to worsen. Alessandro Rampietti, Jazeera, Bogota.